Michelle Turner, and we're back for our Welcoming Baby Pregnancy series. I'm going to come on my side. Now, anytime you're doing this, I just want you to be comfortable, and what we're doing right now is just getting the uterus again more a part of the body. Now, before I was using these inflatables. If you haven't watched video 1, please do. This is the second part in the series. But what I'm working on now is bringing the belly to the table. And I'll show you both ways. Actually, what I'll do is I'll start without the inflatables, and I want to show you how the movement works. Now, normally people, when they lie down, knee over. Now, in this case, I want you to just bring the top leg forward. Now, you can do this to any side. And what I want you to do is just start to feel how your belly comes into your hands. Now, any of you guys made your intestinal surgery, recovery from C-sections, you don't have to be pregnant. Obviously, I'm not pregnant. But if you watch a baby, when a baby rolls over, they'll actually, their bellies come to the table. If they don't, they're low tone or they're high tone, and this is one of the key issues that starts to happen, that their pelvis doesn't set up correctly in the movement vocabulary, because then they start curling the back and going down. But again, this is not going to be a special needs video, it's for pregnancy. So what you want to start doing is just, in a sense, pushing your belly into your hand. But my hand is growing with that. It's just getting a bit more awareness of where, again, especially the lower abdomen is in space. The uterus will start here and it'll eventually travel up depending on where you are with your pregnancy. I'm going to give you tips to do if you are in your final stages. So you're just going to go here. I'm right, obviously below pant level, and I'm going in and I'm feeding my stomach into my hands, in a sense. If you're not sure what you're doing, give a light cough, and you will feel that lower part of your abdomen start to come into play. And that's all we're doing right now, is just playing with your belly. You might start to see that your legs are moving a bit more. This is not a dolphin move. We're just looking to see how that belly starts coming into your hand. This is really great, again, was mentioned in the last video, especially if you've had a prior C, scar tissue, anything like that. Now, if you feel areas that are not moving as well, what I want you to do with that is now go ahead and lightly push in as you go back with your belly, and now push back out. So bring your stomach in. Now, I'm not really pushing it, I'm sort of more so what I say going for a ride. Now, I hate to say it, you might show a little bit more after the lesson because you're really using your belly. Don't worry about it. It'll balance out. So come back in, go back out, come back in, and go back out. And now just give that a rest for a second. And by the way, too, you will want to do it on both sides. I'm doing just the one side for camera. So now what I want you to do is to go a little bit underneath the belly. You'll be nice and twisted around. And again, you're going to just expand your belly as I lightly roll in onto my hand and then come back. But the whole rolling is done by me extending my belly, pushing it out, and coming towards the floor. The floor or your bed or whatever you're doing this with. You can get down on the floor. You're just comfortable on the belly, on the couch, on the bed. And now we're going to twist in a little bit and twist out. Now, if you are too pregnant, or your hand has a hard time getting in that position, you can use a foam. Like I said before, I like an inflatable, and we're just going to do this whole lesson like that. And you can do it both ways, obviously, it's quite nice. So I'm going to start at the beginning, going out with my belly. And I'm using just a little tube there. I wish I could find these things. If anybody manufactures them, please. I could use about 1,000 of them. You can use just a deflated little ball from Walmart. A pool ring is quite nice. The reason you want it deflated, because again, as you're countering coming across, the air will move. So if I go down, the air will mold around what my movement is. So now I'm going to come back a little bit and go back in. And again, you can rest a little bit and just hang out. I'm not going to rest super long because again, I'm just doing the video. Now I'm coming around here. Now again, if that's hard for you, you're just going to be around on the belly here. And now as you push in, your belly's going to start coming down to the floor or again to the tube. You will notice a big difference though if you do this, let's say on a pillow, on a foam, because you're just going to be getting a non-responsive movement. And just come around. Another thing too, for those of you, let's say, that are quite pregnant or again, comfort level, I don't have it big enough here, feel free to use something between the legs. Anything to keep you comfortable. All I'm doing here is to allow the belly to heal from prior pregnancies if you've had them, but also to integrate. For some of you, and this is one of the biggest problems with postpartum, you have a C-section, you come back deflated, all of that. You haven't integrated the uterus back into your system as it's deflating and coming back in or expanding. And this really helps to integrate your system better. I'll tell you a funny story. I had to get an ultrasound done, and I think I was about 51 then. I'm 54 now. And the guy goes, "Are you thinking about having more babies?" And I said, "What?" And he goes, "You have a great uterus." And I'm thinking, what does a great uterus look like? Again, chalk it up to doing movement lessons. So if I can have a great uterus, so can you. So that's it for lesson number 2. Now you're going to just want to replay me, listen to my great voice again, and just do it on the other side. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Subscribe. We'll be doing this whole series, prepping you for pregnancy. But really, I have the largest video library of working with the human body. So if you have any questions, any comment, if I haven't covered it already, it's on the list, and I can put it on the list to let me know. Thanks.